I'm Steve Cornelius, the Commonwealth Journal Sports Show. Welcome to another edition. Today we start out the segment on sort of a very sad note. One of our former athletes passed away in a car wreck earlier this week, Brinley Bigelow. And I just want to talk about her from an athletic standpoint. She graduated from Somerset in 2016, and she was my Commonwealth Journal 2015 Athlete of the Year. Just a tremendous athlete. And she played the game like nobody else has ever played it or ever will. And I know a lot of times this sounds cliche, but if you ever watched her as an athlete, you would understand that. And I'm going to give you some real concrete examples of the way she played. All three sports. She played basketball, softball, and soccer. And she was a unique athlete, talented athlete in each one of those three sports in different ways, but yet it was her aggressiveness and just the way she approached sports in general made her such a gifted, talented, and unique athlete. From Aaron Walker Todd, former Somerset girls basketball coach. I have never met an athlete quite like Brinley Bigelow. The raw athletic ability she had is very rare. You could give her a new task, something she had never done before, and she would have it mastered within minutes. She was intelligent and hardworking. When she stepped on the court or field, you knew she was going to give her all. She was someone you could push because you knew it would make her better. It was such an honor to get to be a part of her progression through her early high school years. I was so proud of her accomplishments even after I had left. You never forget that kind of player. They make an impression on your heart. I'm heartbroken to hear the news of her passing. She will be missed tremendously. From Somerset Athletic Director Bob Tucker. Whether playing soccer, basketball, softball, or tiddlywinks, Brinley Bigelow was one of the greatest competitors, male or females, in my 47 years of watching athletes at Somerset High School. Lindsay Prather, former Somerset High School girls basketball coach. My first year as head coach, God sent me the best group of young ladies, including Brinley. I will always cherish those years we had. Lots of laughs, tears, sweat, and love shared. Brinley was one of the greatest athletes I have ever known. She was also a phenomenal artist. I will miss her big smile and fun personality. I pray for her family and friends. Tell those you care about how much they mean to you to this world. Strong words from people, and that's the kind of impact she had on everybody's life. But for me as a sports journalist, I knew her a little bit personally. I know we always had a thing where she would see me before a game and she said, make sure you get a good picture of me. And I said, well, you got to do something special. And then she'd always sort of smile and say, I will try. So we just had some little conversations. Of course, I'm just there recording what athletes do. But from the athletic standpoint, she was phenomenal. And the way she played the position, she sort of redefined it. She made it her own. And what I mean by that, let's take, for example, in basketball. She was aggressive. She was very quick-footed. She was fast. She would drive to the basket. I think in her senior year, she averaged about 12 points a game, probably 7 or 8 rebounds a game. Very aggressive. She didn't care to get contact. One of her most unique assets as a basketball player was her defensive ability. And she was very gifted at picking up charges, which I don't see on the stat sheet, but the way she played defense and the way she would pick up charges, she would really take a lot of great offensive players out of their game. And one example, and I won't mention the girl's name, but she was going to be a University of Kentucky recruit, and she went to University of Kentucky her next year, and they came to the Briar Patch to play the Somerset girls, and they tasked Brinley to guard her, and through the course of the first half, Brinley was all over her. picked up charges. Sometimes they called a foul on Brindley, but this girl, she knew that she was in for a game, and it took her out of her game. And she really was not much of a factor. I think maybe she scored, I don't know, 8 or 10 points, but she was not a factor in the game. And that was all because of Brindley's defense and just getting in her head. And that's what she did as a defender, as a basketball player. As a soccer player, she had only played varsity for 2 years. She had not played soccer her first couple years in high school. Somerset's goalkeeper had went out with an injury, so then they sort of recruited her. She was so athletic, they figured, hey, she could do this. And as a keeper, she turned that position into something altogether different. Usually when you think about a soccer keeper, they sort of, you know, when you've a lot of situations, you have a one-on-one to where somebody's going to break away, and it's just a person with the ball and the goalkeeper trying to defend that goal, and they're usually sitting back waiting for the decision to go left or right to block. Brindley didn't play that way. When someone came at her, she came right back at him, and she charged him, and she attacked him. She come out of the keeper's box, and she forced that person with the ball to make a quick decision to kick it. And a lot of times they kicked quicker than they wanted to and missed, or she would surprise them and they would hesitate so much that she would go ahead and take the ball. As a keeper, you can pick the ball up with your hands as long as you're in the penalty box, and she did that a lot. And you didn't see that a lot with keepers. And that was taking a risk, but 99% of the times it paid off for her, and she turned that keeper position into something of her own just because of her style of play. Her greatest sport, and she was great in all three of them, but her greatest sport was softball, to where she received a Division I scholarship from the University of Kentucky. She was a catcher. She, was not scared to take contact at the plate. She had a lot of, collisions at the plate. She would guard that plate like it was her own. But her greatest quality and what got her a Division I scholarship was her aggressiveness to get on base, and once she get on base, she would score. She ran the base paths like nobody else has ever had or probably ever will. She would either go around you, over you, or through you, but some way she was going to get to home plate. And, at the high school level, she hit, I think, maybe 500. She got on base a lot, and then once she got on base, she would turn a single into a double, or a double into a triple, inside the park home run. As an athlete, like I said, there will never be anyone like her to play the game the way she did, and it's such a tragic loss, and prayers for all the family and all the loved ones. And social media has been inundated with pictures of her, memories of her, and I will always remember for the way she played the game. And speaking of great athletes, another great athlete that is getting ready to burst into the scene here in the spring, also at Somerset High School, is Kendall Burgess. She's a 2-time state champion. She won the state last spring in long jump and triple jump. She got runner-up at the 100-meter dash and 200-meter dash. She is already well into preparation for the upcoming year. She shared with me she's starting some new techniques in our long jump. She's already been a state champion, but at that level, and you get that good, you start working on technique and other things, and she's doing all that to get better and better. She has changed her jumping technique, and I'll sort of show you an example here. She said she's concentrating on keeping her body vertical on takeoff instead of dropping her shoulders, and also waiting longer to drop her arms. With landing, she's holding the pike position and scooting her hips into where her heels hit, and advantages more time in the air and thus farther distances. This is a video of her with her new technique, and if you notice at the end, she sort of hits sideways, and you see a sort of a tail of sand go up. And if you ever watch any professional athletes long jump, That's what they do. And so she's working on technique. She has already went, just in warm-ups and practice, 19 feet, which is phenomenal. I mean, so there's no telling what she'll do this year. Also in the 100, I think she's already ran a 12.52, which matched her time last year in the state championship. So, you know, really exciting for her, and exciting to be watching her, and you'll be hearing a lot more about her this spring in track and field. Your Somerset Circle K is a convenience store and gas station with a wide variety of products for people on the go, and is open 24 hours a day for your convenience. For the coldest soft drinks, go to Circle K. For the freshest brewed coffee, go to Circle K. For hot and delicious food for people on the go, go to Circle K. And for premium fuel, go to Circle K. For an excellent car wash, go to Circle K. For people on the go, they go to Circle K. Your Somerset Circle K is conveniently located at 954 South Highway 27, next to light number 10. And remember, go to Circle K. Hey, and I'd just like to introduce a sort of a new sponsor for our show, and that's Circle K of Somerset. It's near light number 10 on Highway 27. It's for the people on the go, whether you need gas, car wash, something to eat, a cup of coffee, something to drink, ice cold drink. They've got it all. If they don't have it, you don't need it. So stop by Circle K and meet the nice, friendly folks there. The next athlete I want to spotlight, her name is Allie Ricks. She's a senior at Somerset Christian High School, and just excitement. She has been playing there since the 7th grade, and she hit her 1,000th point, which is a milestone for a lot of basketball players to hit, and a lot of them hit that. But she is the first girl at Somerset Christian to hit that milestone in girls basketball of 1,000 points. And here's some of the videos of her hitting it. And then she ultimately got Athlete of the Week, which is sponsored by Citizens Bank, also on 27 right across from Walmart. And they are so gracious to where they put the picture of the Athlete of the Week on their, what I call the Jumbotron. And a lot of times it's a big excitement for parents and for friends and for the kids that get on the Athlete of the Week. And it's so special that Citizens Bank has done that for us and has sponsored us in that. And they highlight the local kids in that on the video board. So here's the videos, and let's watch these. In our next segment, I'm going to show you some interviews I did in our upcoming In Touch magazine. It'll be the March issue. And for sports, you know what March means. March Madness, basketball, and probably one of the most unique stories in basketball in the local area right now is the Fraley family. Coach Dave Fraley coached at Pulaski County back in, I think he came back in 1977. Coached there for many years. Won the school's first and only boys basketball state championships, won a host of regional titles. He's since retired, but, well, he's retired in status, but he's still at the PC gym. The reason why is his two sons, John Fraley is the head coach of Pulaski, but one of the assistant coaches is Shannon Fraley, who was his point guard in the 1986 state championship team. So he oversees that somewhat. He's got a grandson who is the starting point guard, Colton Fraley, is having an outstanding senior year. And then some younger grandsons that are always in the gym. They're sitting on the bench, they're sweeping the floors, they're doing anything they can do to be part of the team. And then one day they'll grow up and be playing for the Maroons and probably be coaching too. But it's just a unique situation. I went to practice and shot some of his videos, and I'll show you the video I did of Coach Dave Fraley, talked to him a little bit, and of John Fraley. but you know, the whole Fraley family's there. They all collaborate, especially between Shannon, John, and Dave during practices. They all work together. So just take a look at this, and this is sort of a preview of the story coming up in the In Touch magazine, which will come out in our March edition next month.
You know, this gymnasium is a big part of your life, through coaching and everything. And then you're retired, but now you get to come to this gym. Your two sons coach side by side. You got your grandson point guard, and then you get the two small grandkids that are sweeping the floor, sitting on the bench. So you've sort of got the whole family. Talk about how that is, and did you ever think it'd come to this, having this sort of a family reunion every day, every Friday night?
Well, no, I didn't think it would come to this, because you never know how life's going to turn out. At the time when I first came here, I was just trying to survive and win some games and be a successful coach and raise the kids. And that's what we were doing. And as life has evolved, they like basketball, and they've made that their life, so that's how they got in here. I certainly didn't choose it for them, and I don't make them stay. But I'm proud of the kids for the kind of people they are, and I'm happy for them when they have athletic achievements. So there's a separation there. I was telling one of the other players on John's team just yesterday, I love you whether you make another shot or not. So my kids know that athletics is something we do, it's not who we are.
Would you say you've almost spent more time in your home more time in this gym than you spend at home?
Oh, there's no doubt. No doubt, hour for hour. Yeah. Since 1977, except counting the 3 times I retired, the hours I've spent in this gym it's immeasurable. And I don't regret that, because Pulaski was my life. It's been real good to me. And I've been good for Pulaski, I think. So that was a good thing. And I'm happy the way it's turned out. I'm extremely happy for my kids to be here coaching. Colton's having a good senior year. The team's won 19 games and with a lot of injuries. So this year's team's been pretty good. And the favorite time in Kentucky is just getting ready to start, and that's tournament time.
I know I've had several conversations with you because you're retired, you've come back, you're retired. Right. But do you like this role where you're able to have kids and grandkids, and you're still able to...
Whoa! Did you just see what I saw? Wow. In the portion of the interview with Coach Fraley, Zach Travis had a big slam dunk and hung on the rim. So let's just watch that again, and then we'll get back to talking to Coach Fraley and the Fraley family.
Watch things happen.
You know, I absolutely love it, because I don't have to do the daily grind. I don't have to listen to problems on the team or problems from people who are unhappy, and I don't have to go to practice unless I want to. And so I like that. And then when the games are over, win or lose, I certainly want us to win, but I don't take it home with me like I did when I was coaching, because that was usually as serious as someone dying when we got beat. I didn't handle it well, Steve. Never did mature.
Are you able to pull away, or do you still give advice, or they ask for advice like either Shannon or John about anything in general in basketball?
When they ask advice, I give it. And other than that, I'm an encourager and a supporter, and sometimes I give advice before they ask, but not a lot. What I do in here is encourage each kid on the team and try to find something to brag on them about daily. And I wish I'd done that when I was coaching, but now I'm just sort of an encourager and encourage the coaches and share my experiences with them.
It's unbelievable, and it's no doubt part of our success. Having that there, can't have a better resource than Dad. Anything that comes along, he's pretty much seen it or done it, so that's always nice. And then when you got Shannon, he helps with the high school, but he's also kind of got the feeder program second to none in this state, so that's, it's really great.
Is there any downsides or any, because I know there's, out of you three, there's probably a lot of opinions, and sometimes, of course, you're the end guy, but I mean, sometimes you have to sort of take all that, weigh that in.
Yeah, but not too bad. They, they kind of. I'm lucky that they give suggestion with, kind of, here it is, do with it what you want, and And a lot of times I just go to them and ask them, you know, but it's really no downside to it, because it's with that many ideas bouncing off, we usually get the right one.
After a loss, say for example after Somerset loss, I mean, they sort of leave you alone, or they sort of try to give you information or tell you what you did wrong, or how does that sort of work out on big losses?
You know, I think we all kind of have to have our own time, all three of us, because we all take it. All of us are the head coach in our mind, I guess, you know, where we all carry it like we are, and so we all have to have our time to get through it and get over it. And Dad's kind of got more you know, perspective now, and can call me and help me through it a little better. So I'm lucky and blessed that, you know, he can do that.